Hi guys, good morning. It's your girl Eva Storm. Now I forgot to close my video yesterday, so I just want to let you know that I had a really great workout. It was really lovely. I felt like I pushed really hard. I felt my lower body was burning, my glutes was on fire, like had a killer workout, burned my core a little bit. So I was very happy with that. It was a successful workout. Now it's November the 19th, it's 8:37 in the morning, and it's on day 24 of the fight program. It is freezing here in Canada. I'm waiting for my windows to defrost. I'm heading quickly to the newest gym, and then I'll take my car for an oil change. So stay tuned guys, we're gonna go hit another good workout. But check my window out. It is so cold. It is so iced over and cold that I'm trying to defrost it with some heat, hitting it with some water there. But it is definitely a chilly morning. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna have my first meal while I'm waiting here. It's going to be 2 eggs and some spinach. Sometimes I add a little bit of egg whites in there to add the quantity a little bit more. But yeah, so I'm gonna chow this down and then we're gonna get going.
In correction guys, I decided to hit a different gym location, one that's closer to where I'll be getting my oil change done. Just makes a little bit more sense. Today we're going to talk about redefining fitness, finding joy, strength, and purpose in movement. If I ask you to think about the word fitness, what's the first image that comes to mind? A gym? A treadmill? Is it weights? Maybe someone covered in sweat pushing out their final reps? For many of us, fitness feels like pressure, something we should do, something we have to make time for, something tied to guilt more than joy. But today, I want to offer you a different idea. The idea that fitness isn't about perfection, it isn't about punishment, and it definitely isn't about comparing yourself to anyone else. Fitness is simply about movement that makes your life better. Movement that gives you energy, movement that builds confidence, movement that brings joy. And when we redefine fitness that way, everything changes. So why do we struggle with fitness? Let's be honest, fitness is hard for a lot of people, not because they're lazy, not because they lack willpower, but because the traditional fitness world can be intimidating. We see people who look like they were born in the gym. We see routines that feel impossible. We see expectations that don't match our lives. And somewhere along the way, many of us start believing a lie. Fitness is only for certain kinds of people. But the truth is this. Fitness is not a body type. Fitness is not a competition. And fitness sure is not a race. Fitness is a personal journey, and it begins wherever you are. Every small step counts, every tiny improvement matters. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be willing to start. The mind shift is crucial. Here's where things really change. When you shift your mindset from I have to work out to I get to move my body, everything becomes easier. Think about it. Your body is your one home for life. It carries you, supports you, heals you, and even protects you. Movement isn't punishment. It's a celebration of what your body can do. Fitness should be about gratitude and not guilt. Imagine approaching an exercise like this. I'm moving today because I care about my future. I'm moving today because I want energy. I'm moving today because I deserve to feel good. Suddenly, fitness becomes something positive, something you're drawn to, not forced into. We don't quite realize the power of consistency. Now here's the real magic of fitness. Consistency beats intensity every time. You don't need to run 5 miles. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't need 2-hour gym sessions. What you need is 10 minutes today and 10 minutes tomorrow and 10 minutes the day after. Because small actions create big results. A short walk, a few stretches, a quick home workout, a fun dance break in your living room. Fitness isn't built on perfection, it's built on repetition. And once you start showing up, even in tiny ways, your body remembers, your mind remembers, you begin to trust yourself, and that trust becomes momentum. Now let's talk about something people forget. Fitness can actually be fun. Somewhere along the way, many of us lost that sense of joy as kids. Movement was play, running, climbing, jumping, dancing. We didn't call it exercise, we just moved. But here's the good news. You can bring back that joy. Here are a few ways to try to move that don't feel like workouts. Dance in your kitchen for 5 minutes, try a new fitness class with a friend, join a recreational sport, yes, even dodgeball, go hiking, paddleboarding, or rock climbing, try jump rope, hula hooping, or trampoline fitness, beat your own step record for the day. Do a silly 2-minute movement break every hour. Fitness doesn't have to be serious to be effective, guys. When you enjoy what you're doing, you stick with it. And when you stick with it, you change your life. Now, let's be real. No journey, especially a fitness journey, is perfect. You will have days when you don't want to move. You will have weeks where life gets in the way, and that is normal. That is human. What matters is not avoiding setbacks, but learning how to respond to them. Missed a workout? Well, simply start again tomorrow. Had a bad week? Reset on Sunday. Feeling unmotivated? Try something fun or easier. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just take 2 minutes for yourself. We often think setbacks mean failure, but they don't. They are simply part of the journey. The only true failure is giving up completely. And you're not going to give up. You're learning, you're growing, you're getting stronger, one choice at a time. So here's what I want you to take with you today. Fitness isn't about having the perfect body. It's about building a life full of energy, confidence, and joy. Fitness isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about honoring your body and taking care of it. And fitness isn't something reserved for athletes or experts. It belongs to you. It literally belongs to all of us. All you need to do is start with one small step, one small choice, one small moment of movement. Because the goal is not to be perfect, the goal is to be better than yesterday. Your future self is cheering for you, your body is ready for you, and your story begins today. Before I close today, I want to share something incredibly important, something that often gets forgotten. In all the talk about workouts, routines, and goals, every single person in this room has a why. Your why is the reason you want to be healthier, stronger, and more active. And your why is personal, it's real, and it's meaningful. Maybe your why is your kids. Maybe you want the energy to run around with them and never feel like you're falling behind. Maybe your why is your health. You want to feel better, breathe easier, sleep deeper, and wake up energized. Maybe your why is confidence. Not to look perfect, but to feel proud of yourself again. Or maybe your why is simply longevity. You want to live long enough and strong enough to enjoy the life you're building. Whatever your reason is, hold on to it, because when motivation fades, and it will, your why becomes your anchor. And here's the beautiful part. Your why doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. It has to just matter to you. Now imagine something for a moment. Imagine 1 year from today, you show up for yourself, not perfectly, but consistently. You choose movement, joy, and health again and again. Imagine how much stronger you'll be, how much more alive you'll feel, how much more confidence you'll carry. Every small step you take today builds the version of you you'll become tomorrow. And yes, some days will be hard, some days you won't feel like moving, but when those days come, remind yourself, I'm not doing this to be perfect, I'm doing this to become who I'm meant to be. Fitness isn't a destination, it's a relationship, one that gets better with patience, kindness, and effort. So as you leave here today, don't just think about workouts, think about your why. Think about your future. Think about the incredible strength inside you that's waiting to be unlocked. You are capable, you are powerful, and your fitness journey is just beginning. Before we end, I want to leave you with one last reminder, something simple but life-changing. You don't need it to be a Monday to begin. You don't need a new month. You don't need the perfect plan. All you need is the decision to start today. Because your next step doesn't have to be big. It just has to move you forward. Maybe today that step is taking a walk. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's choosing stairs instead of elevators or even stretching before bed. Maybe it's doing 1 minute, just 1 minute of movement that reminds you your body is alive and capable. Progress is not about speed, it's about direction. And if you point yourself toward health, even in the smallest way, you are already succeeding. So choose your next step and say yes to yourself. Say yes to your future. Say yes to movement, to progress, and to the strongest version of you. Because the joy isn't waiting for someone else. It's waiting for you. Are you ready? What if the strongest version of you, the version with energy, confidence, power, and joy, isn't years away, but one decision away? What if the life you've been imagining, the health you've dreamed of, and the body and mindset you've wanted is already waiting on the other side of your next move? Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything's changed because you finally did it. The question is, will today be the day you take that step? Or will you spend the rest of your life wondering what might have happened if you had? Only you can answer that, and the story continues from here.